Hello, today I'm going to talk to you about the video that surfaced that depicted a killer whale attempting to beach itself at a place called Laurel Parque, which is in Spain. And if you saw the documentary Blackfin, you know what I'm talking about. It is SeaWorld's sister hub, I guess, and they do killer whale shows. In the video, the whale, which I'm going to show here, the whale beaches itself, and it's not a normal behavior for any whale. You can definitely tell that this whale is in distress. No one came to the assistance of this animal. This was not a trick. This was not a learned behavior. This was unprompted, and you say, well, Melissa, some tricks involve the animal coming out of the water and spinning or doing some trick. Yes, beaching occasionally happens in the wild when they're hunting for seals. This is a trained behavior. However, they don't stay there. Okay, the reason why they can't stay there is because the pressure on their lungs and their heart is enormous. These animals can get up to 22,000 pounds. And all of that weight resting on the heart can kill it. Apparently there was a show that had just ended, and this is when the animal came out of the water. No one assisted it. No one tried to coax the animal back into the water. And just for the irony of it, in the background are pictures on the big screen of the wonderful caretakers posing with happy animals. Okay. This went on for several minutes, and the animal was clearly trying to hurt itself. It was hitting its head on the pavement. It was in distress. It showed no signs of coming back into the water, and it just laid there. The other orcas were alerting people or possibly screaming. If you understand that these are animals that are highly intelligent, this was essentially a suicide attempt. Okay, some things that I also noticed in the video were that this animal didn't have a slumped over dorsal fin. Okay, meaning that it was not in captivity long. Slumped over dorsal fins are very common in captive orcas because their dorsal fins are so large and there's no bone structure. It's simply collagen, not cartilage like people think. It's collagen. Collagen needs a lot of hydration to keep its form. These animals are not hydrated like they are in the wild. Number one. That's number one why a dorsal fin would fall. Number two, their diet changes. You go from a variety of food to one or two different types. And it's dead food as opposed to live food, which is fresh. The temperature in the water gets very hot, causing dehydration faster. But the main reason is because they spend a lot of time just floating at the surface. They can't dive down like they would in the ocean. So, gravity takes over and these fins flop. This one had a fin that was straight up, meaning that it was possibly a wild orca that could not cope with being in captivity. And because, again, they are highly intelligent, it had to separate itself like a dog going away to die. This is horrible to see, and to hear the orcas trying to call it for help and nobody is doing anything. Now, the captive program, I understand, as of now, is going to phase out via SeaWorld. Okay, we have the last generation of orcas. They stopped the breeding program, and therefore, once these animals pass, they pass. They've also stopped the shows. Starting in December, they will no longer have orca shows. This is good and this is bad. Okay, the shows were keeping the public looking at these creatures. So now with them out of the public eye as much, there's room for abuse. No one's keeping them accountable. If they're sick, no one questions it. If they don't look right, no one questions it. And it leaves a hole for these animals. Plus, they're not getting the stimulation they need. So they're stirring and stirring and stirring, which is another reason the dorsal fin flopped, is because if you go in circles and circles, your center of gravity changes, and again, there's no structure there. So this horrifies me, and I really hope that this is not a precursor of things to come, and SeaWorld's gateway into getting around the captive orca situation. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this. I'll see you next video.